Well, look who's here. Hi, my awesome friend. I'm so happy you clicked on this video. You just made my day. If you're new around here, smash that subscribe button and toss this video over to your friends or family. Sharing is caring, right? Oh, and tell me your city or country in the comments. I love imagining where you're all watching from. Ready? Let's roll. I'm Owen, 34, and up until not long ago, I thought I'd found the person I'd grow old with. I first met Celia 3 years back at a small-town fundraiser. My buddy Elijah had talked me into donating a few work hours from my construction business for their silent auction, and she was there to support a friend who was helping run the event. About halfway through the night, I spotted her. Dark hair, wearing a simple dress, talking with her hands like every sentence carried weight. I slowly worked my way into that conversation, and before the evening ended, we'd traded numbers. Things moved quickly from there. Within 6 months, we were practically living in each other's pockets, and by the end of the year, she'd moved in with me. She worked as a freelance photographer, mostly weddings, portraits, and small business shoots, so her schedule was flexible. Mine was much more fixed, but she always said she liked that, claimed it balanced us out. The proposal wasn't a grand show. One Friday night after a long week, I cooked her dinner, steak, potatoes, and her favorite wine. When we finished eating, I pulled out a small ring box and asked her to marry me. She said yes so fast I didn't even finish my sentence, eyes shining with tears as she hugged me. We set the wedding for the next spring. At first, everything about planning felt effortless. We booked a vineyard outside the city, chose her favorite caterer, and started building the guest list. She seemed thrilled. But around the halfway mark, something shifted. When I'd ask about details, flowers, the seating chart, she'd wave it off, saying there was still time. Our cake tasting got delayed twice because of work. One night, during dinner with friends, someone asked what year of their life they'd relive if they could. People gave light answers, travel, childhood summers, until it was her turn. Without a beat, she said, "My junior year of college, probably with Adrian." The table went quiet. She gave a little laugh and added, "Just kidding, sort of." She didn't meet my eyes. I didn't say anything, but it stayed in my head. I started noticing small things. Her phone always flipped face down, little smiles at messages she wouldn't share, quick typing. When our rescheduled cake tasting came up, she canceled that morning for a last-minute photo shoot. I went by myself. That weekend, I suggested a getaway to the lake for just us. She said she couldn't. Melissa, her sister, supposedly needed help moving furniture after injuring her back. Funny thing, Melissa always seemed to need her whenever I tried making plans. Then, Elijah came over one evening. While I was in the kitchen grabbing drinks, I heard him joke, "You've been smiling at that phone all night. Who's the lucky guy?" She shot back instantly, "Just a client." Later, when she wasn't around, Elijah told me quietly, "Man, that's not work. She's texting like she's got a crush." I kept my cool and gave her space. 2 nights later, she came home late, hardly said a word. When I asked if she wanted to watch something, she sighed. I need to be sure I'm making the right choice." "Choice about what?" I asked. "About everything, about us." Then she walked away. By Sunday, the quiet between us felt like a wall. I was making pasta when she stepped into the doorway, her posture stiff, like she'd rehearsed what she was about to say. "Owen, can we talk?" She sat down, folded her hands, took a breath. "I've been thinking about us, and about Adrian." The name landed hard, but I stayed still. "I never got closure with him," she said. "We ended things in college, but part of me wonders if he was the one. I'm not saying I want to leave you." "You're saying you need to find out," I replied. She nodded. "Just a break. A few weeks, maybe a month. I'll stay at Melissa's. No pressure, no arguments. I just need to be sure about us." I leaned back in my chair, letting the quiet linger between us. "So, while you figure yourself out, what am I supposed to do? Press pause on my life?" "That's not it," she said quickly, sounding defensive. "I'm not asking you to wait around." Yes, you are, I replied, my voice steady. She flinched, but kept going. Owen, I love you. But if we get married with me still feeling unsure, it could blow up later. I just need to clear my head. For both of us. Her tone softened like she was trying to sell me on the idea. It won't take long. I stood, poured a glass of water, took a slow sip, and said, All right. Her eyes widened. All right? If you need space, take it, I said flatly. Her shoulders relaxed as if she'd gotten her way. I'll stay at Melissa's tonight. We'll talk soon. I gave her a single nod. Sure. An hour later, she was gone. The door clicked shut, and I knew she'd never again find me waiting. I set my glass down and started dialing numbers. The vineyard for the wedding? Cancelled. Got part of the deposit back. Caterer, photographer, florist. Same story each time. Some refunded a little, others kept their fee. Didn't matter. It wasn't about money. It was about closing every door she assumed would stay open. I cleared the joint credit card and removed her from my main account. The lease was under my name alone, so I told the landlord I'd be leaving early. Every bit of her stuff, camera gear, clothes, framed pictures, went into boxes stacked neatly in one corner of the living room. I signed a 6-month lease for a furnished place on the other side of town. No shared address, no overlap. By Friday night, the old apartment was almost empty. If she ever came back, she'd find exactly what she asked for. Space. 2 weeks later, a text popped up. Can we talk? I think I'm ready. Sure, I replied. Come over tonight. When her car pulled in, I was leaning on the kitchen counter in that half-empty apartment. Her boxes were stacked in the corner, an inventory list taped on top. Next to me lay the lease termination notice and the receipts from all the canceled wedding plans. She stepped in, froze, and looked around. What happened here? I made a few changes, I said evenly. You canceled everything? Venue, photographer, why? You wanted a break, I reminded her. I gave you one. Her jaw tightened. I didn't want you to erase it all. I just needed to be sure. And now you're sure? She nodded slowly. Adrian wasn't who I thought. I made a mistake. I want to fix this. I want us. I shook my head. You didn't just step away. You tested a different future. Now you know your answer. It was weakness. I panicked, but I came back. No, I said calmly. You came back because the other option fell through. Her shoulders dropped. So that's it? You're done? That's it. She glanced at the boxes, then at me. I didn't think you'd actually move on. That's where you were wrong. She lingered a moment, muttered something I didn't catch, and left. 3 days later, my mother called. Owen, why am I hearing you called off the wedding and broke Celia's heart? Who told you that? Her mother. Said you blindsided her. That's not how it happened. Mom sighed. People are talking. Maybe set the record straight. By morning, Celia's Instagram had captions like, Some people can't handle real love, and you don't trade diamonds for stones. No tags, but everyone knew. I didn't argue or chase the gossip. I sent one group message to both families and close friends. Hi everyone. Celia and I have ended our engagement after many difficult talks. I won't go into details, but I ask that we respect each other's privacy. Thank you. Then I blocked her. Calls, texts, email, social media. Not everyone was happy. 2 days later, my cousin Daniel stopped me in a store. Man, I heard you dumped her out of nowhere. True? You heard wrong, I said, meeting his eyes. She wanted time to see if her ex was the one. I gave her exactly what she asked for. He didn't say much after that. The gossip didn't vanish instantly, but it lost steam once I stopped reacting to it. After sending my last reply and blocking her, I turned my attention to closing that chapter for good. The lease was canceled, my belongings loaded into 2 moving trucks, and I settled into a furnished apartment clear across town. Everything I kept felt manageable, almost light. I threw myself into work, taking on projects I'd previously turned down. Staying busy made it easier. About 3 weeks after the move, I was returning from a job site when I saw her. Celia was standing outside my building, arms folded, scanning the street until she spotted me. A mutual friend, thinking she already had it, had let slip my new address. "Owen, can we talk?" she said as I reached her. "I'm not sure there's anything left to say," I answered evenly. "Please, 5 minutes, no drama." I exhaled slowly and motioned toward a bench near the entrance. She sat, fiddling with her fingers. "I've been thinking," she started. "I made a mistake. I was scared, and I thought seeing Adrian would help me figure things out. But you're the one I want." "Celia," I said, "you didn't just check your feelings. You ended our engagement to do it. You can't undo that." Her voice wavered. "I was wrong. I thought you'd still be here." "That's the issue," I replied. She pressed on. "We could still get married. We could move past this." I stood. "Not for me. Not after you made me the fallback. I hope you find what you're after." Her eyes watered, but I didn't stay to watch. I went inside, the door clicking shut behind me. She didn't follow. After that, the surprise visit stopped, and the messages from friends saying she wanted to talk disappeared. She must have realized it was over. The whispers in my circle faded, and those vague sympathy posts on her Instagram vanished. Looked like her audience had moved on too. Life in the new apartment found its rhythm. It wasn't huge, but it was calm. No half-finished arguments about decor, no reminders of a wedding that wasn't going to happen. Work was better than ever, and I could see just how much energy I'd been giving to someone who wasn't all in. Months later, I sat on my balcony with a cold beer, the city quiet below me. It was the kind of night we used to share, only now I wasn't waiting for a text, replaying conversations, or letting someone else's indecision control me. I remembered the evening she said she needed time to see if Adrian was the one. Back then, she assumed I'd wait until she made up her mind. Instead, I gave her the space she wanted, and used that time to reclaim everything she couldn't take from me. In the end, there was no grand payback, no explosive finale, just a clear decision to stop being someone's safety net. And that was enough.